Here, student, how are you? Fine. Today we are in our in-text question 9.3. Indicate the types of isomerism exhibited by the following complexes and draw the structure for this isomers one by one. Key Cr H2O twice, C2O4 twice, potassium plus 1, here minus 1. This one oxalato 2 times, so minus 4, aqua 0, getting minus 1, that should be plus 3, yes. This is A2B2 type of structure. Yes, so it gives a geometrical isomerism. So here Cr plus 3 combines with 2H2O. And oxalate. One oxalate forms a 2 bond. This is cis. Now trans of it. 2 aqua are perpendicular to each other. 2 oxalato also opposite to each other. So this one is a trans. Now clear? So two geometrical isomers. This one is cis, this one trans. Understood? But here only cis. Here total number of coordinate covalent bond are 6. So which is octahedral. This one also. But trans is not optically active. Only cis is optically active. And there is the polydentate, means didentate ligand. If all the ligands are monodentate, so it never gives a in octahedral structure whenever minimum one di or tri or polydentate is present. So it gives optical isomer. Cr plus 3 here 2H2O and 2 oxalate. This is our cis isomer. And mirror image of it. One of them should be dextro and another one will be levo. One should be dextro and another should be levo. Yes, sir. So these four types of this is optical isomers. One of them dextro, one of them levo. Now second, so this gives us two type of geometrical and optical isomers. Now what about second? Second one, COEN3 and Cl3. Here 3 chloride minus 3, so here should be 3 plus 0, here 3 plus. Ethylene diamine is didentate. En makes a 2 bond. So 3En makes a 6 bond. This is octahedral in shape. And ligands are polydentate, so it gives optical isomerism. This compound is not giving geometrical isomerism, only optical. This is suppose dextro, and mirror image of it gives LEO. Yes, on left hand side should be your right hand side. Your right hand side comes here on left hand side. Mirror image. This one is not giving geometrical, only optical isomers it gives. What about third one? You can see in the third one CO Na3 NO2 and NO3 twice. Yes. Here NO2 is ambidentate, so it gives linkage isomers. How? CONH3 here suppose nitrogen is donating electron pair to the metal, and sometimes oxygen gives nitrito N, nitrito O, so it gives linkage isomers, and also ionic isomers. It also gives. Why? One NO2 comes outside and one NO3. This NO3 is capable potential to replace the NO2 group. So CO Na3 here is NO2 and NO3 twice. One NO3 replace NO2 and one NO2 comes outside. So these are the ionic isomers. So this compound is not giving geometrical isomerism. Why? Type is A5B. It never gives a geometrical. It's not giving optical. Why? All the 6 ligands are monodentate. In optical isomerism, there is condition, it should be octahedral. Yes, but and minimum 1 should be polydentate ligand. Here all are monodentate, so it's not giving geometrical and optical isomerism. Now what about fourth one? In fourth one you can see charge is 0. So here 2 minus 0, 0. So here will be 2 plus. Here A, B, X2 type. And all the 4 ligands are monodentate. So it gives a square planar. Platinum combines with a chloride. If both chlorides are close to each other, then it gives a cis. And what about trans? 2 chlorides are opposite to each other, so it gives trans. Cis and trans. These 2 chlorides are very close to each other, so cis. These 2 chlorides are opposite to each other, so it trans. So here geometrical isomers occurs, cis and trans. Understood, dear student? Next question 9.4. Give evidence that the CuNa3,5Cl SO4 and CuNa3,5SO4Cl are ionization isomers. Yes, here answer. In CuNa3,5Cl and SO4, here SO4 minus 2 is a counter ion. On ionization, it gives a positive entity and sulfate ion. So when we add barium chloride into it, so it gives a precipitate CuNa3,5Cl 2 chloride from here, and precipitate of barium sulfate occurs. Precipitation means insoluble barium sulfate gives. When we add here AgNO3, so reaction is not possible. In second one, CuNa3,5SO4 and Cl. On ionization, here counter ion is the chloride. So when we add AgNO3 here, so Ag combines with Cl and gives a precipitate of AgCl. When we add here barium chloride, so no reaction occurs. This is the evidence of both are ionization isomers. Here counter ion is sulfate. So one barium with barium chloride gives barium sulfate. Here counter ion is chloride with AgNO3 gives a precipitate of AgCl. This is the proof evidence of ionic isomerism. Dear student, bonding in coordination compound. In the coordination compound, there is bond. Metal combines with ligand by particular bond. Werner was the first to describe the bonding features. Werner was the first to describe the bonding features in coordination compound. He told metal with ligand combines, but his theory could not answer basic questions. Werner is the first. He described that metal with ligand combines by chemical bond. It is clear, but his theory could not answer some basic questions like 1, 2 and 3. 1. Why only certain elements possesses the remarkable property of forming coordination compound? એટલે કે શા માટે generally D block elements forms D block scandium, titanium, chromium, iron, nickel possesses, but sodium, potassium is not possesses coordination compounds. So answer is not given by, not clarified by Werner. Why only certain elements possesses the remarkable property of forming coordination compound? એટલે અમુક જ metals છે, certain elements has capacity to form coordination compounds, not all the elements. Why? there is a question. Why the bonds in the coordination compound have directional properties? We discussed. Whenever 4 ligand is combining with metal, so it has a particular shape. It should be tetrahedral, otherwise a square planar. If 6 ligands are combining, so shape is octahedral. So your bond is, you can see, directional. All the 4 ligands are on the corner of the square and 2 are perpendicular. So shape is octahedral. So bond with metal and ligand is directional. એટલે proper direction ના જ હોય છે. Answer is not given by Werner. Why coordination compound have characteristics, magnetic and optical properties? Yes, in the case of octahedral and minimum didentate ligand 1 is present, so which is optically active in octahedral, and there is one minimum polydentate ligand, so which is optically active, chiral. Why? Reason is not given by Werner. And some coordinate entities, complexes, attracts toward the magnet. Yes, some of the coordinate compounds are attracts toward the magnet, and some of experiences repulsion. So magnetic property, એટલે કેટલાક coordination compound magnetic field માં attract થાય છે અને પોતાનું magnetism હોય, and some of them repulsion થાય છે. The magnetic property is not described by Werner. Many approaches have been put forth to explain the nature of bonding in coordination compound. Many approaches have been put forth to explain in the nature of bonding in coordination compound. So, to give these 3 questions answer theory, we are using. One of them is valence bond theory, crystal field theory (CFT), ligand field theory, and molecular orbital theory. For better understanding of the chemical bonds, 4 theory is available: valence bond theory, crystal field theory, ligand field theory, and molecular orbital theory. We shall focus our attention on elementary treatment of the application of VBT and CFT only. So in this chapter we will discuss in detail valence bond theory and crystal field theory. We are going to discuss, first of all, is valence bond theory. Valence bond theory. According to this theory, the metal atom or ion under the influence of ligand can use its N-1d, Ns, Np, Nd orbitals for hybridization. Yes, listen. In this theory, any metal, suppose we are taking nickel, 28 number, after argon 18, 4s2 and 3d 8. In the d orbital, there is 8 electron. You can see in 4s there are 2. In d orbital there are 8. In 4s there are 2. Electrons are present. So this one is a 3d. So n-1d. This one is ns. 4 and 3d. Here empty is 4p. So np. 4d is also vacant. So here empty orbitals. Suppose nickel loses 2 electrons. So 2 is removed here. So 1 of S and 3 of P. When combined, so sp3 hybridization occurs. Sometimes 1 electron removes, otherwise moved here. So dsp2 hybridization occurs. Sometimes sp3d2 hybridization occurs. sp3d occurs. Yes, sir. And d2sp3 means 2d are vacant. Sometimes, in particular case, so d2, here d is in last means 4d. Here d is first, so 3d. In valence bond theory, according to this theory, the metal pi bond is directional. So reason given by valence bond theory is hybridization. According to this theory, the metal, atom or ion under the influence of ligands can use its n-1d, ns, npn, nd orbitals for hybridization to yield a set of equivalent orbitals of definite geometry such as octahedral, tetrahedral, square planar and so on. Whenever coordination number is 4, so there are two possibilities. If sp3 hybridization is occurred, so it should be tetrahedral. If dsp2 hybridization is occurred, then it should be square planar. Here coordination number is 5, so sp3d hybridization occurs and geometrical shape will be trigonal bipyramidal. If hybridization is sp3d2, otherwise d2sp3. Here d is in last means 4d will be used. Here d is first, it means 3d will be used. So shape will be octahedral. After hybridization, what happens? Actually, 1 of S and 3 of P is hybridized. So 4 empty orbital occurs and all the 4 are called sp3 hybridized orbital, and ligand donates electron pair to the vacant this orbital, so which is directional. You can see sp3 hybridized tetrahedral, all the 4 orbitals tetrahedral shape માં ચાલી જાય ત્યાં ligand પાસેથી ઇલેક્ટ્રોન પેર ગેઇન કરશે અને by coordinate covalent bond it combines with the ligand. These hybridized orbitals are allowed to overlap with ligand. Yes, empty orbital of metal and filled orbital of ligand overlaps, and one lone pair donates to the empty orbital electron pair for bonding. This is illustrated by the following examples. So before combining with ligand, metal experiences hybridization, and hybrid orbitals are directional. So ligand combines with it in particular direction. So coordinate covalent bond is directional. It has particular definite geometry. It is usually possible to predict the geometry of complex from the knowledge of its magnetic behavior. Yes, sir. Geometry of the complex compound we can define with help of a magnetic behavior on the basis of the valence bond theory. One example is given in the diamagnetic. First of all, what is paramagnetic and diamagnetic. If one or more than one electron is unpaired, so which attracts toward the magnetic field, which is called paramagnetic. एक करता વધારે અનપેડ ઇલેક્ટ્રોન મેગ્નેટ વડે એટ્રેક્ટ થાય તો એને પેરામેગ્નેટિક કહેવાય. If all the electrons are paired, no any electron is unpaired, so it has no attraction toward magnet, so which is called diamagnetic. No attraction. Here diamagnetic that all the electrons are paired હોય ત્યારે. In the diamagnetic octahedral complex, the cobalt plus 3 ion is in plus 3 oxidation state and has the electronic configuration 3d6. How? You can see. In CO, Na3 plus 3, cobalt having plus 3 oxidation number, atomic number of cobalt is 27. So argon 18, 4s2 3d7. 3 electron is loosed. So અહીંથી પેલા 4s માંથી 2 જાય 1 here. So 3d6. Understood? So after argon in cobalt plus 3, there are 6 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then 4s is vacant. 4p is already vacant, ખાલી છે. But here is trick. Amine, carbonyl, cyano, strong ligands, and En. Which are strong ligands? Only for you to remember. Amine, carbonyl, cyanide, and En. These four are strong, capable to push up electrons. આ સિવાયનો કોઈ પણ ligand હોય તો it not capable to rearrangement. So here cobalt plus 3 having 6 electron in d orbitals. Out of 6, 2 are paired, 4 are unpaired. But amine is a strong ligand, so which push up the electrons. So જે unpaired હોય એને paired કરશે. So these 2 electron comes here. So આ ચાર માંથી કોઈ પણ એક હોય તો જ આવું થશે. Unpaired હોય એને paired કરી શકે. આ ચાર સિવાયનું જેમ કે aqua હોય તો એ કેપેબલ નથી, તો અહીંથી જ હાઇબ્રિડાઇઝેશન થઈ જાય. આ ચાર માંથી કોઈ પણ એક હોય, બુકમાં ટ્રીક આપું, એમાઇન, કાર્બોનિલ, સાયનાઇડ, En. સપોઝ ધક્કો મારશે તો આ બે ઇલેક્ટ્રોન અહીં આવી જાય, એટલે અનપેડ હોય પેડ જ રહેશે, અનપેડ હોય પેડ થાય. એટલે 2d, 2 3d, 1 4s and 3 4p is now vacant. 36 hybridization scheme is shown in diagram. Yes, sir. So here what happens? 2d, 1s and 3p hybridized. So d2sp3 hybridization occurs. Understood? And 6 ligand which amine combines there. Here M vacant orbital of cobalt and filled orbital of amine overlaps, combines with metal, and it forms 6 coordinate covalent bond like this. So geometrical shape is now octahedral. But what about magnetic property? Yes, here all the electrons are paired. After combining ammonia capable, ammonia, carbonyl, cyanogen are capable to push up the electron. આ સિવાયનો કોઈ પણ આવે તો એ કેપેબલ નથી તો પુશ અપ નહીં કરે. તો આ જે પેડ અનપેડ છે પેડ થઈ જાય આ બે અહીંયા આવે. આ બધા જ ઇલેક્ટ્રોન પેડ છે હમણાં કીધું પેડ ઇલેક્ટ્રોન should be para diamagnetic. So by nature it is diamagnetic. 6 pair of electron, one of each from ammonia. Molecule occupy the 6 hybrid orbitals d2 sp3. Thus the complex has octahedral geometry and is diamagnetic because of the absence of unpaired electrons after combining with ammonia. In the formation of this complex, the inner d orbital 3d is used in hybridization. So hybridization is called T2. Inner 3d is used. Here 4d is not used in hybridization. Only 6 vacant orbital, 2 of 3d, 1 of 4s, 3 of 4p is used. Inner orbital d, 3d is used, not 4d used. In hybridization, the complex is called an inner orbital complex. Low spin means unpaired electron nothing. There is no unpaired electron or spin paired. Two spins are paired, clockwise and anti-clockwise. So this type of entity is called inner orbital low spin or low spin paired complexes. I hope you enjoyed my lecture. Dear student, bye. We will meet in our next lecture. Till then, bye. Take care of you.